It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and today I'm bringing you three stouts. Three stouts, one of them a brand new one from Aldi. Let me show you that brand new stout. So I've chilled this right down, 4.1% ABV, 440 milliliter can, and it's the Mulligan Stout. This one kind of excites me in a way that all of the other beers that have tried to capture the heart of the Guinness fan, I think Aldi have got the best chance. I know I've said this before, Brewdog's Black Heart Stout, big push, try and steal some of that Guinness market, never really happened a couple of years ago. Other companies have tried it. Camden have tried it with their stout. Anspach and Hobday make a fantastic stout. If you can get that called London Black, that's a great competitor. But unfortunately for Anspach and Hobday, they're a smaller company. They don't have that kind of big marketing push or that big big swell of money you need behind you really to try and challenge the Guinness of the world. We've even had Murphy's reintroduced back into the UK to try and get some of that kind of, or for people to try and compete against Guinness. Aldi, I reckon they got a good shot of it. I really do. The Murphy's is 4%. The Guinness is 4.1. The Mulligan's is 4.1. Let's taste test these three beers and see which one is the best. See if Aldi can fare up with a good stout. So the Guinness. A little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. It's a nitro beer, so you've got that classic Guinness look, swirl, feel, prancing horses on a beach. If anybody remembers that advert, one finger, creamy coloured head that's developing in the glass, jet black liquid in the bottom. Murphy's. Look at the smoke on that. Murphy's is now owned by Heineken, and I believe that this beer is now brewed in the UK somewhere. It's not brewed in Ireland. It's brewed somewhere in the UK. Maybe, I've got a funny feeling, maybe Northampton, somewhere like that. It's doing the same as Guinness. Why did Murphy's reintroduce this beer into the UK market? Heineken, why did they choose to do it? Well, at Christmas time, we had this Guinness shortage. And there was a lot of people on social media, fear of missing out. What am I going to do at Christmas without my Guinness? That sort of thing. So I think other companies spotted a gap to try and jump into. One finger, slightly off white head, jet black beer in the glass. Let's have a look at this then. Aldi Mulligan Stout. Is it nitro infused? Absolutely. Can somebody please comment in the comments box to tell me who brews this and where? Because I like to read the comments and I like to kind of get into your knowledge too. I like a bit of feedback from you guys. Jet black beer in the glass. It didn't do the nitro thing as good as the Guinness or the Murphy's, but it still did the nitro thing. It developed very quickly in the glass. We got a one finger off-white head. So let's put it up against the Guinness then. I would say the Aldi head on the Mulligans is slightly darker, but other than that, same sort of look with the beers, isn't it? Now this looks closer. Murphy's looks a lot closer in the look, doesn't it? Aroma on the Mulligans. Oh, that's rich, biscuity, roast malt, dark chocolate. Smells good. Guinness. I find Guinness such an overrated drink. You've probably been waiting for me to say it. All of my regular viewers who know that I'm not really a fan of Guinness. It's such an overplayed beer. There's so much more flavour and aroma coming through from the Mulligans from Aldi. It's unbelievable. It's like night and day. Roasty and toasty, biscuity and bready. Whereas the Guinness, you do get that, but on a lesser level. The Murphy's then, Aldi. Beautiful. The Aldi beer is beautiful. In the aroma at least. Murphy's is close. Murphy's has more of like a fruity berry sort of aroma. Right, taste test. Mulligan's Irish Stout. Is it? Have they called it an Irish Stout? Mulligan Stout. Cheers. That's lovely. £2. It was £2.99 for 4 cans in Aldi. That's fantastic. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows, what a beer. It's rich. It's creamy. Good mouthfeel. Roasted malt coming through. A little bit of toffee. I quite like that. Guinness. Straight away. Watery. Compared to the Mulligans. Not the same mouthfeel. A real astringent bitterness. A real astringent bitterness on the back end. No real sense of roasted malt. I don't know how this brand has built this momentum. I don't know, like, it's almost like you're proud to be a Guinness drinker these days. I don't know how they've managed to do it, because they built this whole marketing momentum off a stout which I feel is so poor. Such a poor stout. Whenever I put another stout up against Guinness, Guinness always loses. Always loses. I was kind of 80% sure. 80% sure when I picked that up in Aldi last week that it was going to be a much better beer. And it is. Thin, watery, not much flavour going on, little bit of sweetness, big astringent bitterness on the back end from the Guinness. Ah. Murphy's. Murphy's is better. Murphy's has a more of a fruity, berry-like taste. More mouthfeel. Bit of biscuit in there. Nice amount of bitterness on the back end, but roasted malt bitterness. Mulligan's versus Guinness. Mulligan's versus Murphy's. Yeah. For me, the Mulligan's wins. For me, the Mulligan's wins. Even the Murphy's has a little bit of an astringent bitterness coming through, whereas the Mulligan's has this lovely balance of a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of biscuit, so a little bit of sweetness over here, and then a little bit of bitterness on the back end. But you're picking up roasted malt. You're picking up lovely kind of malty flavour from the Mulligan's. Mulligan's for me wins. Guinness. I wouldn't like to see Guinness fall on his sword. I wouldn't. I just want him to produce a better beer. I want Guinness to be more than just a marketing company. I want Guinness to actually produce a really good stout, which they probably did in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. The stout was probably good then. It's since they become this kind of snowballed marketing monster of a company that, and you speak to older brewers. I speak to brewers all of the time, regional brewers, micro brewers, older brewers. All the brewers who say Guinness used to be such a wonderful stout. Not anymore. Not anymore. Guinness has changed. And that reflects in these other companies feeling like they can bring out their own stout and make a better stout. The likes of Camden, Brewdog, Aldi, Murphy's, Heineken, they're all like probably in that same bewildered, puzzled way that I am, in that I don't rate Guinness at all. And probably neither do they, because they're bringing out a competitor. Guinness is a 4 or a 5 max. 4 or a 5 out of 10 max for me. It's almost like I've had that can of Guinness in there now for a little while. It's got a sell-by date for a year or two, so I'm not concerned about like hops fading and all this other stuff, because it's got a massive sell-by date on it. But that, if I wasn't reviewing that Guinness with the Mulligan Stout or the Murphy's, it would probably sit in my fridge until the sell-by date went off, and then I'd check the sell-by, and I'd probably just poured it down the sink. I only buy a 4-pack of Guinness in case other companies decide to bring out a stout, and I can just grab one out of the fridge, like I've done today, and put it up against something which is going to be a bit better. The Murphy's. The Murphy's is a 7. The Murphy's is a 7 out of 10. A better beer. This Mulligan's, again, I'll remind you, who brews it and where. Never know, it might be someone like Marston's. That's lovely. That's a lovely stout. Sweet, chocolatey, a little bit of bitterness, good creamy rich mouthfeel. Great head retention, great look to the beer. For your money, for your £2.99, £2.99 for 4 cans, I'm going to go as far as saying an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. I hope this video has been a little bit insightful. I hope if you are a Guinness drinker, I hope that you can look past the marketing of the company. And what I mean by marketing is all the TV adverts, all of the rugby advertising, all of the banners outside of the pubs. Try and look past it. Try and look past it and try another stout. Please. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.